Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning I bid to Madam Nur Adiba and my fellow friends. I, Aldrich Shahiran bin Zulkarnain, and together with me today, Muhammad Amir Zakri bin Muhammad Amir Fezli. Today we will present the impact of electric vehicle adoption on carbon dioxide emissions. The emission of carbon dioxide has taken a toll on the Earth's temperature. This is due to carbon dioxide being a greenhouse gas that traps heat in the Earth's atmosphere. Though the world is slowly turning towards electric vehicles as an initiative to reduce the emission of carbon dioxide. This shift will will help lower pollution level and mitigate the effects of climate change. Now, why did we choose this topic? As a student that walks to class, it has been noticeable to me that the air temperature has risen over the years. Carbon dioxide emission is one of the biggest factors in the change of temperature. Not only that, as a pedestrian, the increasing number of electric vehicles on the road has sparked my interest to review this topic. Now, will this involvement have a positive impact on climate change? Let's look at the statistics. For our first graph, we will be looking at a bar graph that is taken from the United States Department of Energy. The title is Carbon Dioxide Emission Reduction by Plug-in Electric Vehicles, 2011 to 2021. The purpose of this graph is to show the reduction of carbon dioxide emission by plug-in hybrid electric vehicles and electric vehicles. From the graph, we can see that the y-axis indicates the amount of carbon dioxide emission reduction by million metric tons, while the x-axis shows the calendar year from 2011 to 2021. We can also see that on the top left of the graph that there is a color-coded legend shows light green for plug-in hybrid electric vehicle while dark green for electric vehicle. This study has taken data from 2011 up to 2021, and over the 10 years we can see that the reduction of carbon dioxide emission has increasing significantly. From this graph, electric vehicles has contributed the most in reducing carbon dioxide emission with up to two-thirds of the total reduction. In 2021 alone, 5.5 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions have been reduced to total up 19.7 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emission has been reduced after only 10 years. This shows how significant the impact of electric vehicle adoption in our fight of climate change. That's all from me. I would like to invite my partner Amir to continue with our presentation.
Thank you, Andre. Okay, next, let's move on to our next slide, which will be our second bar graph. This bar graph is taken from Dr. Hannah Ritchie, Deputy Editor and Science Outreach Lead at our Word in Data. Now, let's look at the details inside this bar graph. As we can see here, the blue represents the EV car and the red represents the fuel car. As a brief overview of the bars, we can see that the blue bars representing EV cars increase steadily, while the red bars representing fuel cars increase rapidly. During the manufacturing year, which is year zero, fossil car starts off slow in CO2 emissions, while the EV car produces more CO2 emission during production. After 2 years, the bar graph shows that the EV cars increase slightly in CO2 emission, which can also be considered as paying the debt for the production emissions. As for the fuel car, CO2 emission increased significantly, surpassing the EV car. This can also cause many risks, such as worsening pollution and leading to higher emission output. Moving on to year 10. After 10 years of driving, we can still see that CO2 emission of EV cars climbing at steady pace, while fuel car increase rapidly, resulting in more than double the amount of CO2 emissions compared to EV cars. This indicates that fuel cars produce more CO2 emissions year by year. EV cars still increase, but only experience a gradual incline as shown in the bar graph. So to conclude, the EV car production year has a high amount of CO2 emission compared to fuel cars. However, in the long run, the EV car outperformed the fuel cars by producing less CO2 emissions overall. Fuel cars are not suitable for maintaining CO2 emissions at low level as they can increase rapidly year by year. In conclusion, green technology such as electric vehicles plays a crucial role in protecting our planet. It helps reduce environmental harm and supports a more sustainable and responsible future. Besides cutting carbon emission, it promotes economic growth, renewable energy, and eco-friendly transportation. Adopting green technology helps us fight climate change and secure a healthier world for future generations. However, challenges remain, such as the high cost of EVs and limited charging infrastructure. But with innovations and government support, we can overcome this issue and make EVs more accessible worldwide. Thank you all for listening to our presentation. We hope you now have a clear understanding of how electric vehicles adoption can reduce CO2 emissions and support a sustainable future.